I'm back. Here I am. Hi. So, before I get into everybody's reading, I just wanted to state the obvious. I started a series of videos called Why You Shouldn't Text or Call Your Ex Back. The reason why all of the other signs were not uploaded was because the original file was too large for my phone. I had made the mistake of filming all of those videos literally back to back in one big chunk, really two. And when it came down to editing and uploading, it was just too much for my phone. So, and I tried. I simply wasn't able to do it, so I apologize for that. I apologize for the delay. However, I appreciate your patience. So I just wanted to let that be known before we get into the readings. So thank you so much for being here with me. We're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, everybody, so what we're going to be looking at today in this reading is why your relationship started. So what attracted you to this person, what attracted them to you, vice versa, what you guys liked about each other, things like that. Next, we're going to look at your actions and behavior throughout the relationship, as well as your intentions, what type of partner you were, and basically the role you played overall in the relationship. Next, we're going to look at what went wrong from your perspective. We're also going to be looking at your partner, okay? So we're going to be looking at, for all of these questions, we're looking at you. We're also looking at your partner, just so we're clear, you guys. So what went wrong from your perspective and what went wrong from their perspective. Next, we're going to be looking at the energy of your shadow side when things went wrong. Your shadow side is basically when you knew better, but you still didn't do the right thing. You know what I mean? That's what your shadow side is. It's when you're triggered. It's when you're upset. It's when you're angry. Okay. What is the real reason all of this happened? What is the lesson you can take away from this relationship? So karmically speaking, or just overall, because I like to think that, things don't necessarily happen to us, things happen for us. So that's basically what we're looking at, is why did this relationship happen for you, as well as the other person. Next, why are they reaching out? What are their real intentions? Because let's be honest, not everybody has honorable intentions, and they are not going to tell you that up front, so I will. And then lastly, of course, we're going to look at why you shouldn't text or call back. Okay, so again, with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into the reading. All right, Gemini, how are you? We're going to get into it, so let's take a look at your last person, or whoever, it is that you have on your mind, and let's see why you should not text or call them back when they reach out to you. Okay, so why the relationship started for you, Gemini? Well, there you are. We have the Lover's card. Okay, so Gemini, this person for you felt like they were your ideal person. They were your perfect match. You guys had a lot in common. This person, and this could be vice versa, right? So this person could have been very intelligent. You could have been, somebody that this person found to be very intelligent. I see a lot of like conversation here. There could have been some temptation, right? So you guys, with the snake on the card, so you guys could have met while one of the two of you was in another relationship, or at least a situationship, as people are calling it now. That could have been the case, right? This relationship could have been started out with something like that, okay? But you guys definitely started out, it looks like you started out hot and heavy. That's always fun. For your person, oops, there's too many. We have the King of Swords, right? So this could have been an Aquarius. Okay. So Gemini, you have definitely, I did say this person could have been somebody who was intelligent. Definitely was. This person was somebody who, could keep you on your toes. This person was somebody who had fun ideas. This person was somebody who was very deliberate. This is somebody who at times maybe they came off as though they weren't as emotional emotionally invested, or at least emotionally in tune with themselves, but they were expressive, rather, let's call it expressive, but they were. Okay, this could have been somebody who played video games. Somebody who played video games, somebody who's good with numbers, somebody who's good with math, randomly for some of you. Okay, but I do, with you guys both being in the element of air, okay, at least that being your energy, I do feel like you guys definitely had a lot in common going into the connection. Okay. I feel like one thing that you both appreciated about each other is, even though both of you were not maybe always emotionally expressive, you guys just understood that that was your nature, and you guys respected that about each other. Okay, your actions and behavior throughout, and the type of partner that you were, Gemini. Oh, the Four of Cups. Why was that? Let's get one more. Why were you? Maybe you weren't like really not participating, and maybe you were introverted. Ten of Pentacles. Gemini, were you like maybe looking for something more casual in this connection, and maybe not something so long-term, not something so serious? For others of you, there were issues with the family. There's somebody in their family that you didn't like, or somebody in their family that didn't like you, or somebody in their family that didn't like this connection. Okay? Keep going. Okay. Gemini, your person is the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Gemini, some of you could have been dealing with a Taurus. I'm only saying this because I just had this card in the last reading. Both of these, actually. 3 of these. Actually, so some of you, go back and look at the Taurus reading, please. You might need it. Gemini, some of you, this person really wanted a stable, long-term, serious connection, and you didn't. You didn't want that. Like, it's to me, it's clear as day. I feel like you didn't want that. I feel like you wanted this person, right? But I just maybe feel like you kind of wanted to keep this person as more of a social connection, and I feel like this person had more deep feelings for you. And I feel like, you know, initially it started off maybe as like having this mutual understanding of how you guys are emotionally, as far as like being more like calm, cool, and collected. But I feel like underneath that, this person really had dreams and goals and visions, right, with the King of Swords, of being a wife or a husband to you. And I feel like they were like overwhelmed by this, and I feel like they were trying really, really hard to get this to happen, or maybe they just really wanted it, and you just weren't on the same page. I feel like you guys had a lot in common. I just feel like you guys were not on the same page. Okay, and I feel like with the Five of Pentacles at the bottom, that's why it ended. Okay, but we're gonna keep going. So, because now I'm curious. Where are we? All right, gems. So, if somebody were to ask you what went wrong, this is what you would say. We have uptight, and we have judgmental. Gosh. I feel like you You with uptight, I feel like you wanted the connection to be what it was. I feel like it's good where it is. Why can't we just keep it where it is? And this person not being okay with that made you feel judged. This person maybe could have judged like, well, if you're doing all of this with me and you don't want to be in a relationship, well, what type of person are you really, right? I feel like that's how that person made you feel. I feel like this person made you feel like, you know, you were in the wrong for wanting a connection that was perhaps more casual, or that was perhaps more based in friendship rather than longevity. Hopefully that makes sense, right? Keeping it more casual, keeping it cute. With the bottom of the deck, real quick, you guys, we have temper and we have humor. So I feel like this person definitely, this was either you or them, but one of you, whenever you guys would argue, definitely somebody had a short temper, but I feel like somebody would also like make smart ass comments in the argument, just to be petty or judgmental. All right, what went wrong from your person's perspective, Gemini? So we have immature behavior. I can see that. And then, let me get one more, please. Okay, nothing else wants to come out. So we have immature behavior, Gemini. This is so cute because you have shoes. You have feet and a pair of shoes that are too big. I think that's cute. So Gemini, I feel like this person, with you not wanting a connection that was committed and stable and that will go, you know, for years, I feel like this person felt like you were being childish. This person felt like you were being immature. This person felt like maybe you didn't want, or you weren't ready for a real adult relationship, or at least, you know, the one that they were ready for. Bottom of the deck, we have demanding too much time in the blame game. So according to you, it's their fault. According to them, it's your fault. And I feel like you know, this person really did want a lot of your time and a lot of your attention, and you just, at some point, I mean, you guys did have a lot in common, but I feel like, Gemini, at some point, I feel like, honestly, this maybe got too real for you, or it got too heavy for you. That's really what this feels like. Okay? Moving on. Oops. Same deck. Moving on, the energy of your shadow side and the connection. And the shadow side is when we knew better, but we still did the wrong thing, okay? So we have photo freak. So my first impression, Gemini, is that you were getting click happy. You were getting click happy on the internet, you know. Some of you, just gonna say it, there could have been a thing with nudes. I'm just saying. You could have been sending or receiving nudes from an ex or something like that. Doesn't have to be. But some of you could have been. Let's keep going. Photo freak. Irresponsible, yeah. I feel like, Gemini, some of you were still entertaining people online to some extent. I feel like maybe you enjoyed the attention that you would get from men or women online, the attention that your pictures would get. Maybe you would flirt with people online when you and this person were on the outs, and you felt like it was perfectly fine because in your mind the connection was a little bit more casual. Okay? Your person's shadow side. We have know-it-all and living in the past. Okay. So with your person being the King of Swords here, the King of Swords is somebody who's very intelligent, very smart, very deliberate in the decisions that he makes. However, the King of Swords out of power in his shadow side is a know-it-all. This is somebody who will overtalk you. This is somebody who will argue with you for the sake of arguing with you, and he won't let up, okay? This is somebody who, you know, won't let up until he proves his point, okay? And then we have living in the past. So this also feels like this person was so stuck on, you know, maybe how the connection started out, that they couldn't see that it wasn't. They were so stuck on how the relationship started. They were still stuck on like how they saw it, right? But they were also stuck on their intentions going into the relationship. Sorry, I'm making a mess with the Queen of Pentacles here, because the Queen of Pentacles is a wife. The Queen of Pentacles is a mother. The Queen of Pentacles, or a husband, right? There's no gender in tarot. But this is somebody who is stable, loyal, and committed. And I feel like this person is still holding on to, or is, whatever, holding on to the hopes of that happening, rather than realizing that that's not the case anymore, or it never was. Okay? All right. So next, why did this happen? Why did you guys meet? What can you learn from your situation with this person, Gemini? Oh, so we have the blood moon, and we have Aquarius. What did I say? Some of you were dealing with an Aquarius. All right, I'm going to take a look at these. Give me a minute, Gemini. Here's the thing, Gemini. What you needed to learn, or what you can take away from this situation, is that in order for you Gemini, this is what it looks like for me. I feel like the reason you move the way you do in relationships is because you're holding on to some type of emotional baggage from something that happened in the past. I feel like this is a particular relationship. There's a particular hurt or a failure in a relationship that you're holding on to. And I feel like you kind of go into relationships expecting them to fail, so you only put in so much effort, right? And I feel like what you need to learn is moving forward is that you have to kind of break free of doing that in order to find something that is more aligned with who you are, or at the very least, or not even the very least, but more importantly, I feel like this is a part of your shadow work, okay? I feel like this is something that you need to stop doing moving forward, okay? Let's take a look at your person. Okay, so we have the first house, square, and we have Virgo. This is an astrology deck, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. So your person, if they're not an Aquarius, they are a Virgo. Or they are an Aquarius with Virgo placement, or a Virgo with Aquarius placement. Take it how it resonates. Gemini, first of all, I feel like your person is somebody who can be very hard on themselves. And I feel like your person is dealing with like an internal power struggle with themselves. I do feel like they do have an insecurity, particularly with the way that they look. So maybe I feel like, and this isn't to say that this person is unattractive, but I do feel like this person has some type of an insecurity with either their physical appearance or the way that they come off to people, okay? And whatever that is, I feel like they're really hard on themselves about that. And I feel like that kind of bleeds into their relationships and creates issues. So this person, maybe some of what they were doing in this relationship stemmed from an insecurity. And I feel like this is something that some of you know this about this person and some of you don't. Okay? So I feel like your person needs to learn to love themselves, to appreciate themselves. But also with the Virgo card, I feel like this person needs to be more mindful of the type of mates that they're choosing, but also like the type of the effort that they're putting into a relationship. And I feel like when it comes to the filtering process, I think they need to be just a little bit more diligent, because there's nothing wrong with you wanting a casual connection, Gemini, but I feel like this person initially perhaps knew that the connection was going to be casual, but in the back of their mind that they wanted more. And I feel like what this person needs to learn is to not expect that from somebody. And if the connection is going to be casual, to let it be casual. And if that's what that person wants, then this person needs to learn, then rather than loving on this person to try to get a connection out of them, to get a relationship out of them, they just need to take it for what it is and move on. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Alrighty, next. Why is this person going to call you or text you? See if I can work this now. So some of you, let me keep going. Some of you, this person, initially they may come off more casual. They may pay you a compliment or something like that. They may like a picture, or, you know, tell you that you look nice or something like that. I feel like this person, somebody has stepped up. Okay. For some of you, your person has started like some type of a workout regimen, or lost weight or gained weight, or otherwise like change their appearance, right? And they're feeling themselves and they're proud of themselves. And I just feel like they just want you to see it. They just want you to see that they had their glow up. I feel like they know that the connection is over, and I feel like they're salty about it, but I feel like they just kind of want to come back and be like, hey, look at me, I lost 50 pounds, or hey, look at me, I did X, Y, and Z, you know, because that's going to make them feel good, right? That's interesting. I mean, and if that's the case, if somebody had a glow up and, you know, lost some weight, or, you know, gained some muscle weight, if that's what they needed to do, then more power to them, you know? All right, gems. So lastly, why should you not text or call this person back when they reach out to you? Okay, well, my deck is upside down, but I don't read in reverse. So we have because some of you Geminis are better. Some of you Geminis are already in another relationship. So when this person comes back, you need to kind of hold off and resist that temptation, if you will, because some of you have moved on into another connection. And for some of you, I feel like this person has moved on and they are in another connection, and they're just coming back to test you to see whether or not you're gonna like take, you know, another dip in the pool, if you will. Okay, but I feel like with the Hermit card and the Page of Wands underneath, I feel like this person, if you don't ghost them, this person's gonna ghost you. I feel like this person's gonna show up, show out, try to make you feel some type of way, whatever that is, whether this is, again, if they had a glow up or whatever, or maybe they want you to see that that glow up is them being in another relationship. And I feel like once they do that, once they get the reaction out of you that they wanted, then they're just going to ghost you. They're going to block you, or they're going to act like, you know, this conversation never happened, you know, or they're just not going to talk to you again. Okay? And if that's not the case, then it's going to be you, and you need to stop talking to them, and you're going to be the one that blocks them. All right. And randomly, I want to say this. Definitely this person could be a Virgo, because that's the Hermit card. Just trying to get that out there. So that's all I have, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here with me for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, Gem.